I am here regarding testing on Zachary Ganesh.
Okay, we're waiting on his lawyer to, he's in Oakland County, so he's probably got a hearing or something.
Okay. Did you want me to wait, or do you want to just call me, or would you like me to send you a email
What's,
report?
what's going on with him?
Well, he was ordered to test once per week, back in March, I believe it was. Where did I put my notes? I'm sorry. And from March 27th to April 23rd, he was testing positive, for THC and cocaine. On April 16th, he tested positive for THC, cocaine, and opiates. Since April 26th, he's only been testing positive for THC. He did enter Sacred Heart for a couple of days. I actually thought he was still going to be there today, but it looks like he signed himself out a couple of days after he went in.
So, Mr. Ganesh.
Yes, sir.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're going to watch a case that starts with a probation officer laying down the hard truth. Zachary's drug test history is exposed. THC, cocaine, and opiates all show up. He even checked into treatment, but only lasted a couple days. This opening sets the stage for a tense back and forth over his choices and whether he's really ready to change.
No, we are. You told me you were doing better.
I am doing better, sir. The reason why I left the treatment center is they gave me some medicine that made me dizzy. But when I got out, I went and continued on testing, and I attend my Alcoholics Anonymous meetings.
That doesn't sound.
And I have
good.
a medical card that I can that I'm gonna have to rename.
I got a medical card, so I can smoke weed.
Your Honor,
that doesn't sound too good to me.
Your Honor, I think I mentioned it, but just since April 26th, he's only tested positive for THC. There's been no cocaine or opiates or alcohol in his system since April 26th.
All right, that's after we talk, right?
That I'm not sure of, Your Honor. When his last date? Yeah, his last. Yes.
All right. Well, I don't like the fact that he checked himself out the center.
Understood.
That was the whole. How long did you stay there?
3 days.
3 days. And how long were you supposed to be there?
The detox is 3 to 2 weeks, 3 to 14 days. It's either detox or residential.
Yeah, and you were supposed to be there the whole 14 days, right?
Yeah, they did. You can do detox. It's either detox and residential. But I had my lawns that I have a bunch of clients that I.
Now we see Zachary step in with his defense. He insists he's doing better, attends AA meetings, and even waves around a medical marijuana card as justification. Probation confirms only THC recently, but the judge isn't buying his excuses. The tension is clear. Zachary wants credit for small steps, while the judge questions his sincerity after walking out of treatment.
I can't afford to.
We're not even talking about that, sir. I just don't believe you're really ready.
I'm very serious. I've been, the only thing I do is smoke weed to help me sleep and for my anxiety at night. I don't smoke it during the day.
We're gonna wait on your attorney.
Okay.
Morning, Judge. May it please the court, Vassal Johnson, second P72130 on behalf of Mr. Ganesh, President Zone.
All right, Mr. Ganesh, good morning to you. Put your name on the record, please.
Yes, sir. Zachary Paul Ganesh.
All right. Ms. Lurst, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Dawn Lurst on behalf of probation.
All right. We were talking off the record about his, I didn't know that you weren't here, Mr. Johnson, but I was talking to probation about, he indicates to the court that he went to the treatment center and he, checked himself out after 3
The
days.
attorney finally joins, and the judge acknowledges some improvement. No more cocaine or opiates in his system. But then the judge zeroes in on the 3-day stint at rehab, unimpressed by Zachary's exit. This part is all about credibility. Does his progress matter if he abandoned the full program? The court's patience starts to thin as negotiations creep
Out
in.
after 3 days because of some medication that he gave him made him sick or something like that. I don't buy that. I will say this, I will say this, I am happy to hear that he hasn't indulged in those other, more serious drugs that he's had in the system, the first time. So I'm giving you a little credit for that. I'm giving you a lot of credit for that.
Here, the deal comes into focus. Zachary agrees to plead to a lesser charge in exchange for a dismissal of a heavier count. The judge swears him in, locking him into truthfulness under oath. And then, in a surprising turn, his mother is brought into the picture. That move shifts the case from legal arguments to raw family
A lot
accountability.
of credit for that. I'll give you a lot of credit for that. But I don't buy you check yourself out. Because then subsequently he says that he needs to get his business going back on and he needs to start making some money. I think that's the real reason. And I was under the impression that he was going to be there the whole two weeks. But this nurse indicated to the court that he hasn't tested positive for those opioids and for any alcohol. He not so concerned about the marijuana. But what do you want to do with it? What does your client want to do with the cases, Mr. Johnson?
Did talk to Ms. Snyder, and he wanted to avail himself of that recommendation. It was the OWVI in exchange for dismissal of the other count, narcotic count.
You want to take the deal, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes, sir.
Or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Now you can put your hand down. Where's your mom now?
She's right here. Hold on. There she comes.
Always.
Hello, Your Honor. Can you
Good
see?
morning. Can you? Yeah, I can. Can you put your name on the record, please?
Michelle Ganish.
All right. You heard the conversation I had with your son, right?
I have.
And I don't know how you feel about it. How do you feel about it?
Well, I am actually relieved in a way that this situation came up because I was unaware of this situation of this drug that was going on. I was ignorant of it, and so I am so glad to know the truth now. Oh, someone's trying to call. How do you get it?
I just hit the exit.
I don't do that because we get knocked up.
Oh.
They'll just stop calling. Maybe. So he's doing really well. He lives with me.
Zachary's mother gives us a striking moment. She admits she never knew about the cocaine or opioids and says she has put strict rules in place, like banning him from driving. She insists she's now aware and committed to keeping him on track. Her testimony humanizes the case, showing a parent blindsided yet determined to keep her son from spiraling again.
He doesn't own a vehicle, and he hasn't driven since that incident because I'm not allowing him to drive because I'm mad. And
So when you say you were ignorant to the whole drug
the cocaine, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about the cocaine.
Well, cocaine and opioids too.
Well, I didn't know about either one of those things going on.
But
I did not.
When you say that, now you reflect back. Do you see that? Do you see?
Oh yes. I'm going to tell you. I saw it was a big situation that I was trying to get a handle on. There's a boy next door that lives with his mother, He's not a boy. He's a 25-year-old man, I guess. But his mother claims he has autism and all this stuff. And there was some nutty things going on. And what's going on with the phone?
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
So,
For the kids.
and now, have you seen in the last few weeks a change in his behavior?
Absolutely. I am so pleased and vigilant and aware. And I already, there's no way that it's going back down this road. Not in my
Mr. Johnson, why aren't we sending him to drug court? Didn't we say we were going to send him over there?
Can I answer that?
The judge pivots hard. With Sacred Heart off the table, he pushes drug treatment court, stressing that addiction is lifelong and structure is essential. The mother hesitates, noting Zachary's past failure in 2013. This part highlights the tug of war, judicial insistence on accountability versus a family that hopes short-term improvements are enough.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about, well, why aren't we sending them to drug court?
Because we proposed a Sacred Heart alternative, and that's when
yeah, and that didn't work. You're going to drug court, sir.
Your Honor, he did drug court in 2013 and failed in Wayne County.
And not with our drug treatment court he did.
Yeah, well, it was the circuit court.
Yeah. And that didn't work.
And that was a long time ago, and he was doing really well until this situation that came up right before this accident. We weren't having
so here's the deal. You want your son to get better, right?
He is better. He's back on track.
Yeah, he's getting better. This is going to be a lifelong, do you understand? This is going to be a lifelong situation that he's going to be dealing with this. You understand that?
That's why he goes to meetings, and that's why he's part of the AA group, and he has been in the past for years. So he has a community that he does work with. And
so he's been to drug court, so you had to have known that there's some issues with some drugs in his life. You said he's been to drug court in 2013?
You're right. I did know, but he had been doing really well since that until recently.
So you told me you were ignorant to all of this. Do you understand that he's an addict?
I do understand that.
And the fact that he's an addict, it's going to be a lifelong of recovery.
And that's why he goes to meetings. And my brother-in-law has been in the program for 35 years, picks him up and takes them.
And it was not working because he's had all kind of drugs in the system the last time he came here. Let's get drug treatment court on the line. Let's get him to talk to somebody over there. Did you already talk to somebody, Mr. Ganesh?
Yes, I did, sir. I've talked.
Yes, we talked last time, Your Honor. Miss Warfield came and spoke.
He's going over to drug treatment court. That's the best I can do for him.
Your Honor, can't monitor him on probation? Give him a chance?
I don't know, because you know something, they have all the resources over there for him to be successful as he can. You know, what alarms me is that I thought he was going to be in that treatment program for 2 weeks. You're coming out telling me now you only spent 3 days in the treatment program. To me, that just sends off red flags everywhere.
Here comes the peak of resistance. The judge calls drug court the best in the country, pointing out its resources and relapse support. Zachary fires back, saying his last experience was brutal, time far exceeding the guidelines. His trauma collides with the system's demands. The exchange is heated, raw, and ends with the court pausing as the clash intensifies.
Period.
I wanted to detox, sir. I didn't want to do that.
I mean, it's not about what you want to do. You want to stay clean, I hope.
Of course, that's what I've been doing.
I thought you were going in that program for 2 weeks. That's what we understood. That's why I didn't send you to drug treatment court over there. I'm not the best at monitoring whether somebody's going to complete this probation or not, because it's only going to be, if you mess up again, you're going to jail. Over there, they have so many resources. We have the best drug treatment court in the country. They have so many resources that if you do relapse, then you can be upfront and transparent with them, and they can get you the help that you need.
Please don't do that to me, Judge. I know I can't.
No,
I haven't completed
you're
it.
going. All right. And I don't know why you're not accepting of that. You're acting like I'm doing something that's hurting me.
I've done it before, sir. I had 0 to 3 month guidelines, and I did 3 years in and out of Salvation Army, in and out of jail. It was terrible. I mean,
because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do. If you stay away from the drugs,
and then I went to
Mr.
jail for a
Gaddis,
year for a 3 month guidelines. I did so much time for something, you know.
Why?
I couldn't. Back then I was really bad. Back when I was younger.
Okay.
But I'm not.
And you've gone back down that road again.
Yeah, but just recently.
Your mom tells me that you go to AA, you go to NA, you go to all these things, but you come in and you have every drug in your system when you came in here last time.
I know I was still on, working on getting myself clean.
So we're going to help you. Let's pass the matter, all right? All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Ganesh. Mr. Ganesh, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel.
Yes, sir.
I heard your comment before you left, and it's just not up to you at this point.
When the record resumes, the program representative clarifies. Drug court is strictly voluntary, but judges can offer it as an alternative to jail. The judge decides not to force Zachary, keeping the process within the law. This is a turning point where the big battle ends. Not with a forced rehab program, but with a legal path forward to plea and sentencing.
I've done the drug court before, so I'm doing good now. Like I said, I attend meetings.
We're going to try to do the best we can to make it stay that way. And if you go over there with Judge Holmes, so I'm telling you, she's very, very, very good at what she does. She's not the type that's going to just, all she wants from you is transparency and the commitment. I
can't though, sir. I've done it before. Like I said, I did like 3 years for a 3 month guidelines, and it was just very stressful.
Your Honor, if I may.
And then I did a year in jail.
So I did speak with Mr. Ganesh this morning and previously, Your Honor. The main concern that he had was based off of his previous experience with the drug court. I did try to explain to him that, our system is different and that we're a mentor court for the country. So we have to have our things together and it would be a less chaotic experience. Mr. Ganesh is adamant that he does not want to do it. And at this point, Your Honor, by statute, the program is still technically voluntary. I did tell Mr. Ganesh that, I've seen judges offer treatment or jail, and that Your Honor would have the right to do that if he does not want to voluntarily come into the program. So I did let him know of his rights. He is adamant at this time, Your Honor, that he does not want to do it, as he expressed the first conversation that we had. Again, it is here for him. He is eligible. I do remember our conversation from previously. So he is eligible for our program, but Your Honor, he is not willing to participate at this time.
Okay. So the statute precludes me from sending him to drug court if he's not willing to do it. Is that correct? So
statute mandates that the program is voluntary and it cannot be forced upon an individual. However, if an individual is given a choice between, the program and let's say a jail sentence, the statute does allow a court to make that type of determination, guided choice. Let me say that. All right. Well, we won't make them go. All right.
The plea colloquy begins, and things almost collapse. Zachary admits to cocaine and opiates in his system, but claims it had nothing to do with the crash, blaming his phone instead. The judge immediately flags this contradiction. Counsel quickly calls for a breakout room to get his client under control. This moment is suspense at its best, a plea hanging by a thread.
I already swore your client in, Mr. Thank you, Ms. Warfield.
No problem, Your Honor. Have a great day. Always a pleasure.
All right, I'm bound by the statute. Did I swear your client in, Mr. Johnson?
I'm not sure.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Ganesh.
Yes, sir.
Swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. You stand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. You understand that, sir? I don't need you to talk to your mother about it.
What do you? I didn't hear you, sir. You said.
Do you understand? Did you read him his advice of rights, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Johnson went over your other advice of rights in the breakout room or some point during the pendency of this case, did he not?
Yes, sir.
You understood those rights?
Yes, sir.
Let me draw your attention back to January 8th, 2025 at around 6:01 p.m. in the city of Detroit. Operating a motor vehicle, sir.
Yes, I was.
Controlled substance in your system at the time of the operation of that motor vehicle.
Correct.
What did you have?
I had cocaine, opiates, and or no, it was just cocaine and opiates. That was it.
And did those controlled substances? Did you have a legal right to those to use?
I did not. I did not.
And did those controlled substances affect your ability to operate the motor vehicle?
No, I happened to take my eyes off the wheel to grab my phone. Well, I was looking for my phone, and then that's how I hit the parked car.
And it had nothing to do with the opioids.
No, it's honestly, if
nothing at all.
No,
you see where your client is going.
I already, yes, I saw.
It has nothing to do.
I know I was in the wrong.
And
completely.
opioids in your system.
No,
The final act. Back from breakout. Zachary corrects himself, admitting the substances played a role. Counsel stipulates to the lab report. The judge finds him guilty of a reduced charge, sets sentencing for June 13th, and orders strict conditions, including no marijuana. The gavel falls, but the warning is clear. His future depends on compliance. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
No, I admit that what happened.
I hope your mom is still listening to this.
She's listening. She's listening. Yeah, I was in the wrong. I admit that I was operating.
You still can't admit it.
Judge, can I go in the breakout room with him?
Yep. Go back in the breakout room.
Is it 5? Is that it?
Look at this picture when he was a young man. Yeah, go back in 5.
Okay.
Really young man. Now let's go back on the record with Mr. Ganesh. All right, we were back. I asked your client that the opioids, it says fentanyl, cocaine, there's a word benzoglycone, another substance that he had in his system. And he says that didn't have anything to do with him crashing his car.
No,
he would like to change his answer, Judge.
It did, sir. No, it
He was
did.
just looking down at it. He was just looking down at his phone. That's what he tells me, and that's why he crashed his car.
Well, it was because I was under the influence. I took responsibility. Yeah, I was impaired.
You're after you spoke with the lawyer. All right, will you stipulate to the forensic laboratory report on your client's behalf, counselor?
I do.
All right, with that stipulation, I'm gonna find him guilty of the amended count of operating while visibly impaired. Sentencing is gonna be June the 13th. All other bond conditions are gonna remain the same at 10 a.m. I'm gonna order him to do a pre-sentence investigation report. I'm gonna refer him back to probation for that. I'm gonna order a substance abuse evaluation. And I'm gonna wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Now we're in, you don't have to worry about going to our treatment court. But if you come with some systems and no marijuana, we're gonna get all these drugs out of you. No marijuana.
Yes, sir.
No marijuana. So put that, make sure that gets in that order as well, along with all the other conditions.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, so June 13th, 2025 at 10 a.m. I truly wish you the best of luck, sir, and have a very good rest of your day, and tell your mom I said bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.